Yeah, Mother Wendy. Let's get on into this episode. Just let me say this. This is not going to be a very long review. It's going to be short and sweet and to the point because the episode wasn't hitting on bit. It wasn't hitting on bit. It's my life. Bit. But it was some good elements to it. With the episode opening up back at the pool hall. Um, a lot of people are mad at Stormy because they don't like her attitude. Hey, that's my Mississippi homegirl, so I ain't gonna talk against her. And I love her products. I said what I said. And besides, she going against people that I don't like anyway, the snots. So, hey, I'm Team Stormy, regardless. Now, this episode also includes more sex talk about Kimmy and Maurice and the fallout from it. Now, they are getting on my nerves. Now, I agree with Stormy. In this scene, she is saying that Marcel is throwing off on a moment that she said she was being vulnerable. He is kind of trying to say that she is, again, what I see is from the wrong side of the tracks. By the way, she looks cute in that zebra print on that confession. I like it. Marcel is indeed being on jackass as usual. And I thought it was like the episode name was, gaslighter of gaslighters. Who's the gaslighter or something like that? But I guess not. But that's what the name should have been. Because all up and oh, Marcel is doing what Marcel does best. He is an agitator. Stormy is getting upset. Marcel has said we'll keep it as little passive buyers. We don't have to speak and all that good jazz right there. And Storm says she is cool with it. And then here goes Tisha. Well, I'm cool with it too. You all invited them. If it was gonna be like that, what do you invite us for? And then, Storm is letting her know that, I only invited you as a peace offering because you didn't, things didn't sit right or sit well with me when you copied and pasted my information, made me look like I was in cahoots with you or something. And that was not the case. And then you didn't apologize. They said, well, I'm okay with it too. And so the Steel Beasleys, they chunk up the deuces and move right along to the next scene. And in the next scene, here we go with the sex talk again. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this, even though the sex therapist was giving them some very valuable information. I'm not spending a lot of time on it because I'm just sick of the sex talk about, them educating two supposedly educated people on how chemo and radiation lowers the libido. Just let me throw in though that sex therapist is gorgeous. Okay, I don't know if that's a wig or whatever she got on her head. Whatever it is on her head, it fits the head. The face is facing, and she is very, very in tune with doing her job the right way, just like Dr. Francis. Oh, how I miss Dr. Francis. The Fletchers invite everybody out to dinner. And this is where they're going to announce the dreaded trip that is eating the YouTube streets alive. Now, in the scene, Stormy is looking like she is about to meal somebody, put a K in front of it. Now, when uh Kimmy and Marshmallow are in confessional, he's gonna say, Kimmy said, well, excuse me, Kimmy said first, this is not my first rodeo. And then Marshmallow said, oh, yeah, so she can ride the bull. Anyway, They make me sick. But um, in this scene, everybody is, being cordial for now. Now, Tisha didn't hug Storm. Now, with all that tension in the room, well, I guess she was trying to be the bigger person. Stormy says, it's giving fake and phony. And then Courtney said, well, as long as Marcel don't come up trying to hug on me. And Courtney. Now, Mel and Martel, I don't know if they cut it this way, but they arrived at the dinner child at about the same time. Here go the sparks, honey. And they ain't flying them good with them. That uh, Mel was looking so cute in that orange though. And I love that dress. I think that she had on something very similar to that in one of her photo shoots. Shout out to Mel for looking cute in her tiger print. Shout out to Martel for coming in with a shirt that didn't look like it came out of Tank's closet. And Mel was like, oh, well, it's so many things that's going on, and I'm just going to try to hold my peace. Well, hold your peace, girl. So they pull out the hats, and all the guys and the girls are wondering where are the hats for. And then finally, yes, we're going to Houston. And then they get in confessional and say that Houston is one of their favorite vacation spots. Yeah, say, well, I love to get out of town. I do. However, I usually go across seas, but I guess Houston I do. The Fletchers say, well, me, Neil said, oh, I forgot to do her voice. She said, well, I could give me some female time and we can hang out and then you and the fellas can hang out. I haven't been doing her voice in this video. I'm gonna have to do it at some point. So hey, I might as well be now. Mel say, well, I have my reservations about hanging out in the same place as Martel. However, I want them to respect my boundaries. Excuse me, what she say that? Oh, well, at least they can have me on a different floor of the house, a different side of the house, anywhere where I am not in Martel's presence. Nell said, and everybody is invited, and we're going to all act like adults. Everybody's invited, and I also invited the widow. And then Tisha says, well, I'm so glad that the widows are coming. The widow made the best wings. And there go Kim and Melanie again, doing what Kim has been doing lately since we found out she was missing child. Well, y'all been having conversations, right? Y'all had conversations with them, and everything's good, right? Then Storm's like, everything's good. It's like, well, let me pull you over to the side and have a conversation with you. Now, I don't know if Mel is from Alabama or not. Oh, yeah, that's right. I think she's from here. So, yeah, she has a country twang here and there. And I don't know if it's because she's been hanging with the people down there into the Alabama or something that she's trying to mix hide. That's what I call the good people from Maryland and that DMV area. I call it mixed hide because they still have a country twang because they in DMV, which Virginia is indeed in the South, whether they claim it or not. Hell says, uh, Tisha, how are you and Stormy doing after the website situation? We fine, not yet. We fine. Then she gets in the confession and says, and I guess we weren't fine because she goes over there and tells now my business, and she had no business telling my business. So I thought we had ironed out the website thing. I said what I said on that. No girl, no girl. Ooh, this lady right here, you talking about somebody who does not take accountability. This lady right here. Oh my sister. Ooh, that t-shirt. And then she says, for somebody who considers themselves real and upfront, this is giving fake and tact. That girl, well, you should know. Ain't nobody on this show more tacky than you and your husband with his piranha. So Kim being her old usual messy self, stirring the pot. Well, I didn't know it had went that left with y'all. I mean, I knew it went left, not that left. And then Stormy says, I'm about protecting my peace. Then Miss Kimmy gets some confessional says, yes, Stormy can be passive aggressive and a little bit nasty, but when it's returned on her, then it's a problem. Girl, it's a problem with you too. Because you're a little passive aggressive yourself. But you can see that in other people, but you can't see it in yourself. And by the way, when I first started watching this show, I didn't see it in you at first either. But it is indeed in you with your messy tail. Yeah, sis. Well, Tisha, how it's going to be on for y'all on the trip? Marcel steps in and says, well, it's going to be fine with us. Then in confessions, they get in there talking about, yeah, and Courtney's going to be over there in the corner quiet. And then she says, well, as long as they over there not bothering us. Well, I mean, yes, more so. Piranha teeth, no teeth at the top, many at the bottom, legs and hips. You are the messiest link. And Kimmy's advice to Stormy is that she creates an oasis, and then sarcastically, Stormy says in confession, well, I don't really do group trips like that anyway, so it'll be easy for me to create my own oasis so I can protect my peace. Yeah, well, you're not innocent either, but I can understand, girl. I don't understand how you've been able to hold your composure for all this time, knowing that old girl had took your stuff. That would have been the end of the road for me, especially with her not taking accountability. And everybody's at the table, everybody's eating, the guys are eating together, and then they get to John and Martel about him, not having anybody to bring. He said, well, I don't have no wife no more, so, I don't have nobody to bring or whatever like that. And then Chris, not only did she take herself from you, she also took her name. And Martell sitting there looking like a dumb goofball. Go get your trout mouth, honey. Bring her to the show because I don't know how much more Mel is going to be able to take having to film with your goofy ass. I said what I said. For some strange reason, Martell seemed to think that that's the stupidest thing he ever heard of. What is she supposed to do? I'm curious. I would like to ask him to his face and look him in his eyes and say, what is she supposed to do with your name? Now, as far as names go, everybody is big up in her about changing her name. And I don't feel no ways about the name changes because, like I said, with my children and I have two different last names. It does not matter. We are African American. So we carry the name of the slave master anyway. So it's no legacy to me. It's a legacy of slavery, in my opinion. Mel says to Nell, when they over there talking private, she says, don't be pairing me up with Martel. Now I don't mind let's having group things together, but just don't be pairing me up with Martel. And that's all that is on that. And then she, yes, yeah, and Fletcher already talked about this. So you ain't got to worry about that. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something about Miss Nair. Talks like she smoked a pack of Virginia Slims a day. Did I say a pack? Two. Now, Nails go. is to get everybody together because we need to go ahead and get this trip on the way because the Fletchers are the peacekeepers and everybody's into it. The Scots are into it with the peaceless. And of course, you know the firestorm, Martel and Melody. So, and then, you know, the widows may not be even coming. So it's time to get this trip rolling. So Nell gets up on a bull and she rides that bull. And you talking about somebody that was impressed with Nell riding that bull. It is me. And I am not the only one who was impressed apparently. Apparently, Mr. Piranha Teeth himself, bottle rotten mouth himself, legs and hips, and A Cup himself was also indeed impressed. Russell. Now riding that bull now. Ooh, okay, 29 years of marriage. Didn't I tell you he was impressed? Child, this little fella. Yeah. So they make it on the trip. No plane ride, no getting their stuff together, no luggage visuals or anything like that, like they do on the Housewife shows. This is indeed Carlos's show, but he does emulate the Housewives quite a bit now, doesn't he? But here we are, and they are giving them nicknames as they arrive. And Melody's name is Saloon Single Slap. Now, let me just say this. You know, a lot of people know her name is Saloon Slinger Sally. I thought it said singer. Yeah, it does say singer. Slinger, not singer. But if it was singer, a lot of people John and mail about her singing. I like the way she sings. That telltale signs, baby. I gave you 5 years to cut her off. Now I realize that was too long. You think you're lonely now. Don't you ever think that thought again. No, we don't have to really be friends. You're gonna have to learn to co-parent. But you're a dog, no chihuahua, Rottweiler. But when I tell you my kids can sing that song. Anyway, the point is she can sing to me. She, like I said, she sounds just like these Mimi Pew Pew singers that's out today, the Ellen Mays and the Silvers. You know, she's in that group. I didn't say she was all in the Patty Whitney group. Mm-mm. No, ma'am. But she can hang with Ella May and Silver. I said, what? Oh, and Summer Walker, too. I said what I said. Martel, tantrum time. Perfect. More sour, slippery Pete and Letitia Grumpy Gus. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that. What they really should have said is, nah, I'm not gonna say it. Let's go to the next couple. Now, I don't know how much these fit. Maurice is curly. Maybe like not curly from Curly Moe and the Three Stooges. Yeah, okay, I'll give him that because he don't have no hair. And Cammy Whiskey Lips. I don't know where they got that one from. But move right along to the next couple. Courtney Wildcat Willie and Stormy Twitchy Trigger. Oh, they should have added finger to that because you know she easily set off. I get it. Should have been Twitchy Trigger Finger Stormy. Yeah, but I get it. That fits them. Chris is Rusty Razor and Neil is Juggle Spurs. I should have said something about her. She should have been riding Bull Neil or something like that. Bull riding Neil. Yeah, that'll fit. So the house is gorgeous. Yes, and Neil and uh, Chris Sister Chris, they did well because um, look at how they do the Potomac girls. They went to Austin, and everybody is upset because they didn't go across seas. But these accommodations are definitely better than what they had in Austin on Potomac. I'm just saying. Everybody drags on for, not sending people across seas, which I did say in the trailer recap that they should start sending these on stars on, especially in Love Marriage Huntsville. It's the number one show on, right? So send them, like on the Real Housewives shows, they send them on a trip, you know, interstate or interstate or whatever, and then, in the United States, and then they send them, across seas. So, I mean, I would love to see them take a trip overseas. Mel is the first to arrive, and she's in a good mood. Oh, let me tell you, baby, with all the work that I do, I get excited when it's time for me to go on vacation. And then, whoa, here comes Martel. He is indeed the second to arrive. He speaks to Mel. Mel throws up the deuces. Now, that could have been he took it. Mel is, that Martel is an idiot because he took it as a peace sign. But no, she was like, I'm chucking up the deuces because I'm going to go on out here and mind my own business while y'all talk this food. But when Martel, hey, my guy, what's up, my guy? See, that's the foolishness that I'm talking about with these fellas on this show. Just let me get something real straight with y'all. First of all, I just want y'all to know this is not going to be a Martel and Mel thing. This is going to be a thing where we're going to keep things real peaceful. I'm going to hold my peace, okay? So it's not a joke at this point, Nell and Chris. So just make sure you're not trying to be funny here, and we're going to keep things real cordial. And then, of course, the Scots arrive, and Kimmy is excited, and then Scott 1.0 arrives late, as they normally do on these trips. If you can recall, the couples retreat. These two entitled individuals right here. So now it's time for Kimmy and Marshmallow to discuss the internet conversation that broke the internet, which was him embarrassing her in front of everybody and telling people that not only did he need sexual healing, that it had to be regular sex, and just as long as that good Kimmy can bend over and take it, he is good. But basically, to me, that's a violation, husband and wife or not. He is violating her sickly body to pleasure himself. I don't like it. But Kimmy is being firm with him in this scene. And she says, you not only owe me an apology, you owe my mother an apology. Move right along. I'm sick of it. So they do that little straddling crisscross applesauce exercise. And, we go on to the next scene. Like I said, I'm sick of them. Oh, snap. Here comes dumb shit. This is when Tata and Tisha's gonna tell him about the doggone little pregnancy scare and try to educate this fool. Here we go. Man, I really hate to tell Dan Lewis is not coming because they all drink through this, so I do miss them. That's why I have to thrive out because they're not here. Well, why didn't they come? Postpartum is a real thing, and it is. Here's her segue into the pregnancy scare. Well, I've been sick. And he's like, yeah, so what? You think you're pregnant? I mean, how could you be pregnant? I mean, Really, I mean, I had a vasectomy. Um, you do know that people can still get pregnant when you have a vasectomy, right? Because I know like three people who had vasectomy and still got pregnant. Well, do the children look like their husbands? Because, you know, I don't see how that's possible. And Marceau gets in confessional and he says, and besides all of that, Tisha has 3 degrees and I think she knows better. I mean, the problem is maybe we need to get a blood test. Oh, please. I'm sorry if I'm speechless right now, but if you got pregnant, then that's a different conversation. Well, I don't feel like your response. You can go ahead and go downstairs and get something to drink. Are you saying you can't trust me? Yeah, I'm saying because that's, you know, yeah, I would definitely have to have a blood test. Well, now we need your ass as soon as the blood test come back. He said, not before I leave you first. Trouble in paradise. How you gonna leave somebody? How you gonna leave somebody I already left you? How you gonna leave somebody I already left you? You wouldn't have to worry about me, you leaving me, because I'll be done left you first. All right, Tisha, go on, girl. Get your backbone straight. Get your backbone straight. That is so disrespectful, Martel. How could you really think that I'm being disrespectful? I mean, come on now. And yes, I also think it's very disrespectful. You get pregnant on your husband and get a vasectomy. You could Google it and see how many times it happen more often than you think. Yes, it is true. Um, and I know women who have gotten pregnant with their tubes tied. So the only thing that's 100% foolproof that ain't man made is no sex. That's just a little FYI, Mr. Marsaw. And I'm a gaslighter. Oh my goodness. And I feel like you trying to pull myself on myself. Girl, Tisha, girl, people call you weak and because your mama always coming to your defense. Girl, you is strong. Do you hear me? Strong to be able not to knock the rest of those bottom rotted teeth out of more sour. Now, OMG, is this how you feel when I say stuff? Now, I think we can stop this conversation because I'm feeling very disrespectful right now. You're feeling disrespected? No, babe, I'm disrespected. You're the one who took a pregnancy test. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not set up like that. And that, my friends, is the end of this dreadful, long, boring episode. Like I said, it was some elements in there that were halfway decent. However, that does not mean that this show was not as dry as a Popeye's biscuit. Okay. And I'm going to close right there. This is Country Conversation with Diva D. And as I do when I close, I'm going to chunk them up to